Hello guys, welcome again to another BTC update. I hope you are doing great today. Bitcoin current price as of today is 34,864 US dollars. A lot of things happening in the charts, both on micro and macro perspectives. So stick around to the end of the video because I will be sharing with you a lot of new information. As always, like, share, and subscribe. It means a lot if you can help the channel grow. With that being said, let's jump straight into the charts and talk about BTC and what's happening with Bitcoin. So first things first, obviously, if I'm not mistaken, I posted on my Twitter that I believe that the next big retracement for Bitcoin should start around 2 to 3 weeks from that Twitter post. So I think this is a Twitter post right here. And you can see here the next big daily retracement, 7% plus drop for BTC should start around the 2 3 week mark from now. This retracement should be towards the 30K level. Now, if we hold the retracement, we should move up once more and form a local top. If not, then this is the local top already. Now, I don't believe this is the local top already because the indicators on the weekly are still not bearish. Like we still have a lot of momentum left, I think, on the weekly time frame. Like we just entered that bullish territory. As you can see here, this is just the entrance. Now we might have a retracement, like I said, towards the 30K level and then continue up. Regardless whether we do that or not, we will know for sure if this will be the local top or not based on the indicators. As of now, the indicators on the weekly time frame are not signaling any strong pullbacks, and the weekly EMAs are still bullish. And take into account, please, that these weekly EMAs are right now sitting around the 29.6K mark. So I don't think the daily retracement will take us that low. By the way, I think it will be more likely that we will head towards the daily EMAs, which are coming in between 33.4 and 32K. So most likely, since we have that bottom at 33.4, we either go down and do a double bottom formation and then start to move up once more, or we go down past that towards the 32, maybe do some liquidations for any long traders entering at that bottom at around the 33K area. With that said, the daily retracement, the daily indicators, are very, very close to giving us that retracement. We're not quite there yet, and I'm going to be explaining to you why we're not quite there yet. So I have this here. Let me zoom in for you guys so you can see what I'm talking about, so you can understand my mentality and my rationale. So if you could see this part here, right? Actually, the daily indicators signaled for us a daily retracement around, I would say, this area, right? So this is where your daily started to look weak. But as you can see, the price kept going up, whereas the indicators kept going down. So this is called a bearish divergence. Now, we kept doing that till we reached a point in time where it's around this area, if you can see circled right there, where basically the stochastic RSI dipped below the 20 level, all right? And then after that, we have a nice strong move up. Most likely I would call this a liquidation pump, because usually the market, before any move down or up, it needs to liquidate first and then do its move, basically, right? So it moved up, again forming another bearish divergence also on the RSI, as you can see here. And then after that, we've basically headed towards the daily EMAs, bouncing above them and then continuing below, fulfilling the full daily retracement, and then finally continuing up towards another target. So right now, if you check the daily stochastic and the daily indicators, you would see that the daily stochastic currently is under the 20 level. Now, this does not mean that this scenario will repeat itself 100%. It's very likely that it will, but it doesn't really mean that it will. So by that I mean, the previous scenario is basically a move up, right? Basically, let's say to the top of the channel, because BTC right now is ranging in the channel for me, right? As you can see here, there's another bearish formation, but I'm not sure if we're gonna. It's not quite 100% a Bart Simpson. It is very identical, but it's like, I would say 90% identical, not 100%, and I will explain also why. But for me, a channel is more accurate, and if we head towards the top of the channel, towards, let's say, like 36,400, liquidating all the shorts that have stops here and whatever, and then after that we continue towards the daily EMA, which are coming in around $33,400. So that is the scenario that is similar, or that might happen, right? The only invalidation to this scenario is if the stochastic RSI on the daily time frame goes above the 20 level once more, and we have a daily close with the daily stochastic closing above 20, which is around this area. Because if you see the previous scenario that I'm comparing this, our current scenario to, which is this one right here, the daily stochastic really didn't go above the 20 level. We got a rejection there. We got a bearish candle, which also validates the rejection. So this is what we need to be seeing in order for this scenario to repeat itself where we are right now, on the daily at least, on the daily retracement. If that does not happen and we get a daily stochastic over 20 and we get a bullish candle, let's say above the channel, then most likely we're going to keep continuing up, forming some type of bearish divergence, and then after that, the retracement will come. So we're probably going to do something that looks like this, just so I can show you. So this will do this. This will do like another small valley here. We do a bearish divergence with the price being, let's say, somewhere here. And then after that, we drop towards the daily EMAs. So two cases, two scenarios, in my opinion, which I think we're very, very close to them. I mean, I would even dare say that, in the next 24 to 48 hours, this move should happen. Excuse my dogs outside, by the way. But either that move, whether we go here or we go here, is going to be very, very hard to pinpoint, right? Another thing that I want to talk about is that we have this structure right here, which is basically the Bart Simpson formation that I'm seeing and I was expecting. But the thing with Bart's, right, is that if I remove this channel here, I don't want to remove it. Let me hide it. It's so if you remove the channel, it really is looking like a Bart. But the problem with this, for me at least, right, is that the Bart formation is something that looks like this, right? We have a horizontal level of support, right? And as you can see here, we're actually trending up. We're not really trending down. We're not doing this horizontal level of support that the Bart really does. This is very, very identical to the Bart. And if you go on Twitter, I have a post that says that this might be a Bart, and I even have this middle liquidation wick right there as well, because usually that's what happens, right? In a Bart, we go up, we chip chop, and then finally we drop. The only thing that makes me double think that this is a Bart or not, a Bart Simpson formation, which is basically the trend line of support. Usually the trend line of support should be a horizontal trend line, not an inclined trend line to the upside. So for me, I will stick to the channel formation. It's more accurate. The levels are being respected 100%. Very good. You have a level of resistance support in the middle. You have a level of resistance on the top. You have a support level on the bottom. So I think this is more reliable than the Bart for sure. And right now, the 4-hour time frame, which also helps us gauge direction, is still currently in a downtrend, most likely towards the bottom of the channel. We hold the bottom, then we get one more push to the upside. We break the heart line, and that's where you know that we're going towards the top of the channel, most likely towards the 36.5K area. Now, keep in mind one thing though. There could be some type of liquidation here as well. So there could be a move towards slightly higher than that, and then a drop, and then the play that we talked about earlier plays out fully. There could be. For me, I will be tracking this very, very carefully. As you can see here, there's no time frames on this area that gave us a potential how do you say this? There's no time frame that gave us a potential hint that this scenario would have played out or not. If you look at all of the time frames on this level right here, there's no time frame that gave us a hint that, okay, we're gonna do one more push to the upside, and except the 8-hour, I think. But I mean, it's very rare for indicators to play out 100% exactly the way they did. Very, very rare. Regardless, I could tell you one thing in my personal opinion is I think if we get a daily close under the channel, which is currently sitting around 34,500 US dollars, I think that will lead us towards that daily retracement target of 33 to 32K. And if we can manage to get a close above 35.4, then most likely we'll head towards the top of the channel. Anything between 36.6 and 37.2 ish. Including that liquidation wick would be a nice probable target for this daily push. But I do believe that after this daily push is done, the daily retracement should be coming. It's very, very simple, honestly. So it's very hard to it's very hard to believe that the daily retracement will happen from here. But if it does happen from here, you got already your notification, sorry, your your criteria for this daily retracement to happen, which is basically a daily close under the channel. And from the top side, the same thing. You have the criteria as well. You know, bearish candles, stochastic cross rejection on the 20 level. All of these things will hint that the daily retracement is coming, probably towards that 33K area. All right. And as for the macro, just to summarize very quickly, on the macro, there's still no signs of any severe retracements, any super drops, any weekly retracements. I think if we are going to have them, which most likely we will, the retracement will be nearing the end of year rather than now. I think October and November should be bullish month for Bitcoin. I still believe that, but we need to be very very careful with this move up, because even though it's not finalized yet, you can see the previous squeeze indicator and you can see the current squeeze indicator. And if this current squeeze indicator does something like this will be a clear bearish divergence on the weekly, which just signals a heavy retracement on the weekly. Heavy meaning something like this. All right, this was a heavy retracement. This was another heavy retracement, which we're talking about basically. I think let's say like a 20 plus percent drop basically. All right. And that is it for today's BTC update, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, like, share, and subscribe. It means a lot to the channel if you can help it grow. And if you want to join a free trading class, if you want to learn how to trade, and it's totally free, totally 100%, anyone can come in. We have around 50 seats. Check the Telegram group. Check my Twitter. The requirements to enter and to book your seat are so easy. And like I said, 100% free. You have nothing to do, just a registration, a small deposit, you take a trade, and that's it. You take your deposit and you do whatever you want with it, and that's basically it. That's how you book your seat. And then I get to teach you for a couple of weeks and let you know on my secrets and my strategies. Anyways, guys, thank you for being here, and I hope you enjoy your weeks, and I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.